What's up, comic book fans? And welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me. And today, we got Absolute Batman issue number 13. Now, I know we started off hot and heavy with this Absolute Batman series, and I kind of fell off. Like I mentioned before, I kind of been going through some things. But I'm trying to get these videos back going on a regular basis. In case you haven't been paying attention, the DC's Absolute Universe is the talk of comics anything right now. I mean, between Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, if you're a fan of comics, this is the peak of comic book conversation at the moment, this Absolute Universe. And in my opinion, the best of the best has been this Absolute Batman. Now, leading up to where we are today with this issue number 13, we saw Batman going up against Bane. Now, Batman, Absolute Batman himself, is an absolute freak of nature. I mean, we found out a couple issues back that this guy is 6'9", 420 pounds, is Batman. And Bane is towering over him. He's a freaking monster. It's unbelievable. But it's also dope as hell. But we saw Batman's friends, all his future rogues, well, possible rogues, the main universe, the main DC universe, they are his rogues, but Penguin, Harvey Dent, Killer Croc, we've seen all of these guys, the Riddler, just get demolished by Bane, this absolute freak. And then on top of all that, Batman was trapped in Arkham. Bane had him in there as a prisoner, basically. But not just a prisoner, but also a patient. He had some work done. Batman did not make it out of Arkham unscathed. He had some work done, and he actually had the venom that Bane uses surgically implanted in his body. So we've not seen Batman react to this yet. So that's what makes this issue so interesting. Is Batman gonna be powered up now? How is he gonna react? So, with that being said, we also got the reintroduction of Catwoman. Now, we've seen in some issues leading up the past, slowly but surely being brought to us, given to us a little bit by a little bit, with Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle, from the childhood up into adulthood and the former relationship that they had. And the fact that it's quite obvious from the way she popped up on him in the previous issue is there's still something. At least more of a mutual understanding when I come around is going down, if you know what I'm saying. We all got a little somebody like that in our lives, right? But so this issue number 13 is kind of a culmination of that. We get a chance to see some of the backstory of Selina and Bruce, along with what happens with this venom that Bruce has now. So if you guys are ready to see what the relationship between Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle is like, if they can get back together, if they can work together, and if you guys are ready to find out if Batman goes absolute bananas with this venom in his body, then you guys know what time it is. Let's get it. So when we kick the issue off, it takes us back in the past with Selina and Bruce hugged up riding on a train. And she's telling him, I didn't know you had that in you, Wayne. Back there with Falcone, I'm impressed. And then she tells him this is how Waylon wins. How we all win. Referring to their friend Waylon, who becomes Killer Croc, who at the time has a big fight coming up. But then we're brought back to present day, right as Selina shows up in one of Batman's hiding spots with him and Alfred at the end of issue 12. And Bruce straight up asks, why are you here, Selina? Meanwhile, Catwoman is all coy like she normally is, and she's like, oh, look at us. Our ears match. I'm here because your mother called. The Batman, he's not for it. He's like, I'll ask you one more time. So she tells him, okay, she did, actually, but come on, Bruce. You've been missing for months. I was worried, all right? I came to help. And again, Bruce Wayne was gone. He was in Arc M. His mother was looking for him. Everyone was looking for him. He's been gone for months. They didn't know what was going on with him. And now he just miraculously showed up in his bed. But she tells him she came to help, and he replies that he doesn't need her help. Meanwhile, a beat down Alfred is kind of coming to, and he's like, I read about you, the Catwoman. What you pulled in Penang? No loyalty, no. And then she just uses her tail whip and strangles him a little bit more. And that tail whip is pretty dope. One thing we're seeing with this absolute universe is these guys' costumes aren't just for aesthetic. They have functionality. Her tail serves as a whip, and it also does a little bit more, which we'll see a little bit later on. But the same with Batman. His cape has multi-function. But anyway, a beat down Alfred is trying to convince Bruce Wayne not to trust her. But Bruce Wayne tells him enough. He doesn't need the advice. She's leaving right now. But then we pick up with a little late night rendezvous between Bruce and Selina as the costumes come off and a little bound chicka wow goes down, you dig? But after it's all done, Bruce kind of gets up and Selina sees the procedure. She sees the venom coursing through his body. And she asks, Bruce, what did they do to you? Well, Bruce replies, is that really what you want to talk about, Say? She replies, no. Then he does the same. So your helmet. It looks a lot like the gear Black Mask uses. Is that really what you want to talk about, Bruce? No. So then he asks her if she wants to go on a date. In which case they kiss on it, so you imagine that the answer is an astounding yes. Then we see them both back in costume, and they're now going to deal with the Red Hood. Because at the end of issue 12, found out that Batman had made a little plan with the Red Hood gang, and he tried to tell them to back down at the end of the issue, but they weren't too keen on that. So on this little impromptu date, Batman tells Catwoman, they're called the Red Hood. They're an outlaw collective, hacking, disruption. We had a loose alliance. And Selina replies, and this is their cool hangout spot. So where are they? But they're hiding, and they actually see Batman and Catwoman, and someone speaks up. You're not welcome. Then the leader stands up. Stand down. Wasn't that your order to us? But we don't take orders from anyone, do we? No. Hell no. No. All the lackeys in the background. And they tell Batman and Catwoman to get out. But Batman tells them that we're not leaving until we speak with your leader. And the gang says, all right, have it your way. And the attack is on. They're like, get on. So, it's fight time. Batman and Catwoman jump into action. Catwoman's like, hey, I like this date. And they begin to whoop some ass together. And here's where I talked about some more of that functionality with that tail. Because Selina clips it into her gun, and it's now her ammunition. Which is pretty freaking dope, honestly. That tail does everything. I like this version of Catwoman. But Bruce is like, so, no, what are you doing? They're just kids. And Catwoman replies, you know I hate kids, but take it easy. It's just a cat nap. She's hitting them with a sedative, so they just trade. She's not actually killing the kids, which is cool. I like this version even more. But then Batman notices one of the kids is about to fire a freaking rocket launcher at Selina. So Batman quickly pushes her out the way. Look out! While the Red Hood member is about to shoot, firing all. But at this moment, Batman just reacts with that venom coursing through his veins, and he just runs right through the tower and demolishes it in one hit, knocking the shooter off of the top of the tower and firing into the air. Well, actually a Ferris wheel. My bad, not a tower. But same gist. But now Selina's like, what the hell was that? Are you all right? But Batman's freaking now. He can't control his rage. Get away from me, no! Meanwhile, all of the Red Hood are now standing around watching. Holy, look at him, he's one of them. Boss was right, they are making monsters. And Selina tells him, Bruce, listen to my voice. I'm right here. You need to calm down, okay? Get it under control. And the Red Hood are like, now's our chance while he's... But Batman stops him. Wait, I told you to stand down because the truth is they almost broke me. In a place called Arc M, where they do make monsters, abominations like a man called Bane. But they didn't break me. And now I'm going to destroy him. And not just him, his bosses, Arc M, I'm gonna burn it all to the damn ground. But I need your help. The Red Hood gang are like, you're the abomination, man. Get him. But just then, that's when the leader steps up and she takes off her hood. I was never sure about you. I'm still not. But if you're really talking about burning down Arkham, now you're speaking my language. The name's Harley Quinn, leader of the Red Hood. So what's the plan? And boom, how y'all like that? Harley Quinn is leading the Red Hood gang here, which I can dig this, because here she's not some lackey for the Joker or somebody that gets abused and run down. She's taking control, and I like this version of Harley Quinn. But then we pick up with Bane as he's getting some work done, and the doctor comes in and tells him, good news. We've managed to push your system even further. As of this moment, you're officially at maximum infusion. We never imagined a human body could reach these levels. If I may say so, it's a real inspiration working with you, Bane. You're a damn unicorn. But Bane's response to that isn't exactly what you would expect. A wild ass, good for work, whose meat is too bitter to eat. That's from the first ever description of a unicorn, Doctor. But then he goes on to tell the doctor, soon you'll have my replacement, and he'll have his new Bane. Then I'll finally go home. But the doctor responds, forgive me for asking, but you really believe he'll let you go? Talking about the Joker, big boss man. But Bane responds, he has to. I've given him everything. Any moment now, Batman will give in and my work will be over. But just then, they're interrupted by another one of the doctors who tells them that they're going to want to see what's going on the TV. And we see that it's now a breaking news report. Batman has hijacked the news, basically. The report comes on, reports that a wanton criminal is hijacking our news feed. We have a direct quote from Mayor Hill. He says, my fellow Gothamites, I implore you not to listen to a word of this mass lunatic. But then Batman takes over the broadcast. Shut up. People of Gotham, our city is under attack. Not by criminals or outlaws, but by its own leaders. Leaders who sold Gotham out to line their own pockets. They've sold our safety, our freedom. There's nothing they won't sell. They even sold the ground beneath our feet, where right now, they're growing actual monsters. Horrors too terrible to imagine. I tried to show you with Black Mask, but I made the mistake of relying on the networks. Not anymore. This time, I'll show you myself. Because I'm going to drag one of these monsters out into the light for all of you to see. And then I'm going to beat his ass. I'm talking about you, Bane. You little. I know you're listening. Tomorrow, midnight, the old Veterans Arena. You and me, alone. You win, I'll go back to Arkham and become whatever you want. But you won't win. And you, the people of Gotham, you get to watch. And just in case any of you are wondering who I am, I'm Batman. Then we pick back up in the past with Bruce and Waylon talking about that upcoming fight. And Bruce is coming clean to Waylon, telling him about the deal he made with Falcone. And he's telling him all the way to the end of the 7th way. You last right up to the bell. That's much farther than anyone has you going. Every single site has you down by the 2nd, maybe the 3rd. This way, you go out with dignity, and you make enough cash to open the gym. You win. But Waylon is not about this plan. He's kind of upset because he really believes that he can win this fight. And he tells Bruce, do you know why I hired you to train me, Bruce? I mean, skill-wise, you're mediocre at best. I hired you because you're my best friend. Guys like Bibbo, Falcone, they're running our city. So no, I don't want to cut a deal with them. I want to beat them. Here, in this ring, with someone in my corner who believes in me, man. Believes in all of it. And what we've been through. You, me, the odds we've overcome. I thought you were that person, but I guess I was wrong. So you, Bruce Wayne, are fired. And when Bruce tries to speak up and try to get Waylon to see things his way, Waylon's like, no. And I'm going past the 7th. I'm going to win the whole thing. Now go. Get out of here. I have a fight to get ready for. Meanwhile, back in the present day, in one of Batman's hiding spots, I keep wanting to say Batcave, but it's not a typical Batcave like in the main universe. He's got secret locations all throughout Gotham City that he uses. But he's talking with Catwoman, and she's like, there's not much around the vet to use to your advantage. And Batman replies, no, it's isolated, run down, but that's the idea, just me and him. Last man standing. She's like, I get it, but I just need you to promise me one thing. And he's like, what's that? She's like, don't use the venom, Bruce. It's what they want, and it's not worth it. I've seen what it does to people. But his response is, what it does to people, see? When I used it, I could see every move those Red Hood kids were going to make. I was 10 steps ahead, 50 steps. I just have to learn to control it. But venom is the only way I can win. And she replies, it's not the only way. You have people who can help. I can help. But he tells her, you haven't seen him or what he can do. And she says, but I have. And they're my friends too, Bruce. Even when I'm not here, I want to take this Bane down as badly as you do, but not like this. And he hits her with one of her old lines. If the rules aren't fair, stop playing by them. Sound familiar? She says, maybe I was wrong. He's like, easy to say now. Look at your helmet, your gear. Don't tell me you got where you are by playing clean. She's like, no, but you're better than this. You always were. But at this point, Batman has gone through so much. He's like, not anymore. I'm gonna freaking wreck him, see? And I'm using the venom. If you can't handle it, then maybe you should go again. So she's like, all right, well, maybe I should, asshole. Take care of yourself. And meanwhile, Alfred's like, yeah, don't let the door hit you on the way out. But then Alfred asks Batman, I'd ask you if you're all right, but I know the answer already. Fine. And Batman's like, I am fine. And Alfred's like, good. See, this is the part I was telling you about, kid. The part that you have to push through. Tunnel. You stop. You even slow down. You'll get ground up. So let go of what you were. That man, soft, weak. Bury him deep in the mud and become what you need to be, what you were meant to be, and rise as the monster. Because this is war, and there are no rules except winning. As we see the Batman drives his bat dump truck through the sewers with some meat, and it appears that he's bringing one of those monsters to play, aka Wayland Killer Croc. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the issue. So, I want to know y'all thoughts on this issue. How'd you like the issue? And also this new format of this video. For those of you that don't know, usually I write scripts. And that's a part of what takes me so long to get these videos made, is because, you know, I work full time. I got a lot going on in my life, and then having to sit down and write scripts, all of that stuff is time consuming. So this one, I kind of just freestyled it, to be honest with you. So y'all let me know if it was worse, better, you rocking with it or not. Because if you're rocking with it, then we might be able to get more videos out a lot faster with this method. But as far as the issue goes, how do you think this thing is gonna go down? You think Selina's gonna come back and help out? Do you think that it's Killer Croc versus Bane, or is this about to be a tag team or double up? This is about to be some WrestleMania type stuff going down, y'all. This is about to be a clash of the Titans. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts. What did you think about the issue? How do you see this thing playing out? And what's been your favorite series of this absolute universe so far? I want to hear all your thoughts and theories down in the comments. And again, let me know if you're digging a new format or if you think it's absolute trash. But as always, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Please do your boy a solid. Help me out in that algorithm. Drop a like, share this thing, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. I'm out. Peace.